Today, I'm gonna take a vocal that sounds like this.
And God knows I'm trying, but there's just no use in denying.
And see if we can make it sound like a professional singer using autotune and some other tricks. So, in case you've been living under a rock and don't know, autotune is a program that most singers and producers use to make vocals sound more on pitch. When it's in auto mode, you just pick the key, pick how strong you want the correction to be, and you'll sound like a singing baddie. This is the effect that most people think of when they hear the word autotune. But believe it or not, there's a lot more to not only tuning vocals, but just generally making bad vocals sound, well, good. If you're not aware of my history, hi, I'm Alina. I've been a producer for over 20 years and I've worked with some incredible singers like all of these people. But before I got into all of that, I had a run producing music for content creators in the golden age of YouTube.
Bring me a little water now. Bring me a little water, Sylvie.
And listen, no tea, no shade to anyone in particular, but working with singers that don't really sing, that taught me everything and then some about making people like that sound like they do sing. Let me show you how this works. Okay, first of all, let's just assess the damage here. Let me see what we're starting with.
And God knows I'm trying, but there's just no use in denying. The boy is mine. I can't wait to try him.
So, there are a couple of problems I'm hearing right away. Obviously, the pitch, we all hear that, but there's also a timing issue. This bit right here specifically,
I can't wait to try him.
it's doing this thing that I call lurching, where some parts are rushed
Some are like drawn out.
a little bit too late. The rhythm is not good. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do here is boost the high end, a little bit at 3000 hertz, like a nice crunch, a little bit of a high shelf, like 10,000 hertz or something. My favorite air frequency, 8000 hertz. I like to call these the magic vocal frequencies. Those of you that have taken my music producer crash course, it's like a if you know, you know thing. And also a fun thing too, these plugins that I'm using right now, these are all free plugins. I specifically went on a deep dive downloading these recently because I'm making a vocal production course right now. And one of the many things I'm gonna be showing in it is how to take a preset made with all free plugins and to turn it into something that sounds expensive. It's gonna be sickening. Join the early access list, it's in the description. I'm gonna add a little compression next. We're a little bit soft. This is also a free plugin, by the way, like an LA2A emulator type of thing. And because it's so dry, I'm gonna add some Verb, like a nice little plate, and I'm gonna add a simple quarter note delay too. And okay, let's see if this is any better.
The boy is mine. I can't wait to try him.
Still pitchy, still lurchy, but not as dry and definitely a little bit brighter. We're moving in the right direction, people. So okay, let's really get into it and start tuning these vocals. I've got Melodyne here and I've already transferred the vocal into it. For those who wonder what Melodyne is, it is basically pitch correction software. You can take individual notes and kind of drag them around, fix their pitch, their timing. But yeah, what I'm doing right now is I'm just kind of like cleaning up the notes, really. You know, you basically listen and you find the right pitch and you put it there. A lot of the times I'll kind of sing it in the room to try to find the right pitch. And sometimes there's such like variation in the note, which can be nice. Can be like nice vibrato, like nose. The note wobbles, but you know, in this vocal that wasn't done with intent, clearly.
God knows I'm trying.
That trying is rough. What is that supposed to be? Try. It's supposed to be a C. I'm using this app, by the way. It's called iStrobo Soft. I've been using this for like, no joke, like 13, 14 years for this exact reason. But yeah, this note literally needs to be cut like several times because it's all like, way. So we just need to like take all those chunks and put them on the C, honey. But basically, yeah, this is how you do this. You go through the whole vocal and you meticulously kind of break it apart and put it back together. Okay, and I spent like a little bit of time, but this is what we got.
And God knows I'm trying, but there's just no use in denying.
It's not perfect by any means, but there's a lot we can do to make it better. A lot of the times with vocals like this that are just like really not there to start with, I use my double tuning method. So yeah,
What would you do if when you okay, so he said yes would go?
Hold on, let me try that again. It's like not clear. I will tune with Melodyne, take that vocal, and then put autotune on it. Not too much, kind of a subtle vibe, but it just kind of helps smooth everything out, make it a little shinier, a little bit glossier. And then basically what I do is I just automate certain parameters like retune speed. That's what I'm doing right now, so that certain notes don't sound too robotic. You can also automate flex tune, natural vibrato, any of these parameters, honestly. But if you just stick with retune speed, this is where you have like the most control over basically how much tune. All right, and this is after double tuning.
And God knows I'm trying, but there's just no use in denying.
Okay, it's not perfect yet. We're gonna come back to that part, but I think I want to switch gears for a second and fix that "the boy is mine" part that was really lurchy. So honestly, the best method to fix a part like this, especially when the notes are separated the way they are, as you can see, is just to manually chop them and move them. Just little nudging left to right until it feels really right in your body.
The boy is mine.
Okay, it's not bad. When you cut things, do make sure though that you're comping correctly like this. You know, you're really zooming into the waveform to create a proper fade on the right peaks. If you don't know what this is, I will be going over that in my course. Okay, but let's go back to that pre-chorus part we were working on. So I'm sure y'all noticed this. There's a bit of an issue with the word denying.
Denying.
So Melodyne is kind of famous for doing this. Unfortunately, a lot of the times it adds artifacts to things that are tuned, especially the harder they're tuned, the more it can add. So at the end of that denying, there's like it's a weird kind of glitch. And yeah, I could go and just redo it in Melodyne, but I want to show you how you can hide something like this in case you can't redo it for some reason. And okay, this is the #1 way that I made the influencers sound like professional singers. Let's just say it like that. I sang underneath their vocals. If you're a good singer and you're working with a newer singer, the #1 tool that you have is being able to mix your voice with theirs. So I just did this part. I did a couple of dubs here. Denying. And when you hear it with the vocal, it sounds like this.
No use in denying.
What this does, it adds a more natural texture because I'm not very tuned, right? And obviously she's very tuned. So combined, it kind of hides the tuning. However, it still hasn't hidden that little like glitch. So let's keep working. This is a trick that I call verb smudging. Why did I say it so country? I said smudging. Now y'all, welcome here. This is verb smudging for y'all. Adam, you're gonna keep that, aren't you? No. This is from my music producer crash course, by the way. And what you do is you use reverb to kind of like hide ugly things. That's the best way I can put it. It could be on an instrument like a synth, a guitar. I use it a lot for vocals. But what I'm doing here is I'm basically making reverb throws. I'm taking parts of the vocal and putting them on that throw track. And you will hear bits of it are gonna be like all swimming now.
And God knows I'm trying, but there's just no use in denying.
And on that ying, it definitely is starting to smudge that ugly ending. But wait, there's more. One of my favorite tricks, it's like a distraction method. If you add something really pretty, it might distract from something really ugly. So I'm gonna basically do like a pad of pretty vocals here. And it sounds like this, all done. Cute. And in the track. I'm sorry, that helps. That helps a lot. And, you know, to stick with the same kind of philosophy, let's go ahead and put harmonies on the denying. I think that will be kind of the last punch to that little Melodyne artifact we've got. And all right, here it is.
There's just no use in denying.
Okay, and now I feel like I just need to sing a little bit more throughout the whole section that we're doing. I feel like the whole like "the boy is mine" part that very much needs dubs. In the original Ariana version, she's very like "the boy is." She's really airy, so I'm gonna add that because again, we're building some texture here. Oh, this is cute. I like how this sounds actually.
The boy is mine.
nice. And then I'm gonna add a little bit more harmony too.
The boy is mine.
Let me hear that.
The boy is mine.
Good. Just to recap, if you're working with a bad singer, or if you are one, listen honey, no shame, get a nice mix on it. EQ, compression, some verb. It all makes a difference. Tune the out of it. Graphical mode. Double tuning with an automatic tuner like autotune. Now layer a good singer in there. Ask a friend to sing. Sing yourself if you got a client that needs it. Doubles, BGVs, pretty pads, all to detract from things that we want to de-emphasize and emphasize the things we do want to emphasize. And of course, don't forget verb smudging. So, did we answer the question? Can autotune make bad singing good? Honestly, absolutely not. Tuning alone will not do it. It will make it on pitch. It will not make it good. Honestly, real talk. The best thing you can do for yourself if you want your recorded vocals to be better is to build a better performance from the performance up, not when it's already recorded and you're just trying to like fix it. This is actually why I'm currently developing this trademarked system for my vocal production course. This is going to teach you how to deliberately craft your vocal performances before you even record them, how to choose your fundamentals like vowel shaping, how to build your textures, your musical diction. Seriously, this is gonna do for a singer that no tuning ever could. So get on that. The link is in the description. The early access is already popping and I can't wait to see you guys there. But that being said, let us actually hear, what autotune and all these other tricks are capable of. Just reminding you people, this is what we started with.
And God knows I'm trying, but there's just no use in denying.
And this is what we ended up with.
And God knows I'm trying, but there's just no use in denying. The boy is mine. I can't wait to try him. Let's get intertwined. The stars we align. The boy is mine.
If you like this video, or if you hate it, if you hate autotune, let me know in the comments. I want to hear all of your opinions. And make sure to like, sub, and hey, I have a lot of other videos that I think you might like. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.